Multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Brave only, got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Brave only's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Brave only's got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome in to another edition of Brenay's Virtual Tour Live. Let's have all of you here, 8 people in the building. Thank you all so much for that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 destinations for you all this evening. Of course, the new Mario trailer dropped for the Mario Galaxy movie. We're going to break it down. I'm going to give you my thoughts and everything in between with that. Can't wait to talk about that. Then Brenay Kennard. Child, when you do wrong by people, people are going to do wrong to you. She has to pay $1.75 billion. I have all the intel for you there on that. Then Megan Thee Stallion, she's starting her trial next week with milagro gramz. Shout out to Conscious TV. So we'll have more intel on that. Wendy Williams, a huge update for her in the world of all of this that is going on with her. Can't wait to tell you about that. Then a huge competition for HBCU students. If you don't know about this, you definitely need to know about it. A alert for our babies out here. Yes, indeed. And finally, Jacqueline Campbell doing some amazing work in the community. So with that being said, higher is waiting, lower is available. But either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. Okay, let me get myself adjusted. You hear that virtual? You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. Hear that virtual tour background music? Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Glad to have you here today. Shout out to my mama. I love her so much. I had a moment today at my job. Was getting ready to leave. I thought she was attractive enough. Black BBW, and was just trying to make conversation with her. And when I was going up, to her to talk to her, she had an energy that was just a little much. And I'll just say this. My mom said something very important. She said, well, think about this, bro. That's how she would have been with you in the relationship. And I appreciate my mom very much. Because, child, some of y'all out here, y'all want somebody, but yet y'all don't make a space for yourself to come across as inviting for somebody to want to come into your space. Child, if that's an option, thank God I'm single. You know what I mean? So just wanted to get that off my chest. So anyway, let's get to our show because we do have some good news to talk about with Mario. So the trailer came out today, and so we're going to talk about that. Yes, indeed. Here, let me get this up. From Variety.com, Super Mario Galaxy movie trailer, Mario heads to space, meets Brie Larson's Rosalina and Ben Safare's Bowser Jr. Nintendo, Illumination, and Universal have released the trailer for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. The reveal came on Wednesday morning during a Nintendo Direct live stream. The trailer starts out with Mario and Luigi taunting the super small Bowser, who ate a mini mushroom at the end of the first movie and became the Plumber Brothers' punny prisoner. After Bowser paints a romantic portrait of himself and his beloved Peach and gets rejected by Mario, the real action begins. Mario and Peach sees dozens of shooting stars streak across the sky, then head to the stars with Luigi and Toad. Just like the Super Mario Galaxy game, they travel through different planets, including one made up entirely of water and a desert planet with upside-down pyramids from 2017 Super Mario Odyssey that Mario and Luigi zoom through on bikes. The heroes face off against Bowser's son, Bowser Jr., and also meet the fierce princess Rosalina. Rosalina is voiced by Brie Larson. Bowser Jr. is voiced by Benny Safdie. Now, I know Brie Larson, but I'm trying to figure out who is Benny Safdie. Oh, it's this guy here. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. And it looks like he was in the Smashing Machine. Okay. All right, then. That's what's up. So with that being said, let's get back to this here. Just like in the 2002 game Super Mario Sunshine, Bowser Jr. is armed with a magical paintbrush that he uses to coat himself in metal and launches as a flail. Meanwhile, Rosalina takes down a spire-like robot all by herself using her magic wand. Stars Chris Pratt, Mario, Anna Taylor-Joy, Princess Peach, Jack Black, Bowser, Keegan-Michael Key, Toad, and Charlie Day Luigi all return for the sequel. The Super Mario Galaxy movie is based on the wildly popular Super Mario Galaxy released on the Nintendo Wii in 2007. The game is widely considered not only to be one of the best mainline Mario platformers, but one of the best video games of all time. And I do agree with that. While plot details for the movie remain thin, Super Mario Galaxy saw the titular plumber traversing the cosmos on a mission to collect enough power stars to allow his ship to travel to the center of the universe where the evil Bowser has imprisoned Princess Peach. Released in April of 2023, the Super Mario Bros. Movie was a box office smash. The film went on to gross $1.3 billion worldwide and is currently the 5th highest grossing animated movie of all time, behind Xena 2, Inside Out 2, The Lion King, and Frozen 2. Aaron Horvath and Michael Kendrick returned to direct the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Matthew Fogel also returns to pen the script. The Super Mario Galaxy movie will hit theaters April 2026. I'm watching the trailer below. So as you can see here, there's Peach, there's Toad, there's Mario, then there's Luigi. So I can't play the trailer, I don't think, from here because y'all know how copyright is, right? But we're going to look at some of the things in this from C3 film, from 3C Films, right? So here we go.
For the Super Mario Galaxy movie has now landed online, and there is a lot of Easter eggs and details pulling from multiple Super Mario games. Not just that, but we also got the voice actor reveal for 2 brand new characters in the movie, Bowser Jr. and Rosalina. So that's exactly what I'll be doing here for you guys, is giving you my trailer breakdown for the Super Mario Galaxy trailer, pointing out Easter eggs and details you might have missed, giving you my overall thoughts and reaction to it. But I want to hear from you guys. What did you think of the first trailer? Do you like them mashing in all these different elements into one movie? And are you happy with the voice actor reveal? Because I was stunned by one of them. All right, so yes, earlier today in the morning, we had the Nintendo Direct where they gave us not only the first trailer, but they revealed the 2 new voice actors. So I want to get into that first because they also showed off small clips of the voice actors in action. Starting off with Rosalina, a highly anticipated character for this movie, they've revealed Brie Larson will be the voice. I think a lot of the internet was just cheering loudly. It wasn't Aquafina. But honestly, Brie Larson is not a bad pick at all. And even hearing her voice in action in that small clip while she's reading a story time to the Lumas.
Once upon a time, there was a brave and noble princess. We did that one last night. Okay.
I think she sounds perfect and great. And honestly,
by the way, for those of you who don't know, these are the Lunas. So if you guys remember Luna Lee from the last movie, where it was a very morbid Luna Lee. I love the fact that all these stars are going to be their own characters.
Lumas.
Once upon a time, there was a brave and noble princess. We did that one last night. Okay.
I think she sounds perfect and great. And honestly, she might be one of the only cast members in this movie that has actually played several Mario games, including Mario Galaxy. It's actually super well known that Brie Larson is a huge Nintendo fan.
I threw my first boyfriend out of my house because I was trying to beat the final level in Super Mario Galaxy.
Damn, Brie!
Seriously.
So honestly, pretty fitting role that I don't have a problem with. Now, moving on to the next person, because I really wanted to see who they were going to cast as Bowser Jr. And whenever they played the clip of the actor in action, I honestly thought, is it just Jack Black again? And they kind of pitched up his voice. And I got scared that was the case whenever Jack Black showed up on the direct to announce the voice actor. But oh, I was not ready for who it actually was.
When your auto insurance coverage is too big or too small.
An uncut gem. He's Benny Safdie.
What?
And I know he'll make us Papa proud. I have to say.
I am so...
Benny Safdie is randomly the voice of Bowser Jr. Now, for my younglings out there who have no idea who Ben Safdie is, because I posted my reaction on TikTok, and all the comments are just them little 9-10-year-olds going, Who dat? Well, Benny Safdie is one half of the Safdie brothers. They both directed Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems, which is why Jack Black made an Uncut Gems reference in the direct. Most recently, he directed The Rock in A24's The Smashing Machine, and he also has a couple of acting credits to his name. He recently showed up in Happy Gilmore 2 with Adam Sandler. He was in Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, and now he's dipping his toes into voice acting.
Also,
The reason
this
it
guy
just
does
made
have
me
a
laugh
little
so hard
bit
is
of
because
a little bit of a resume. Now, let me see something here real quick because I want to actually go to the direct and I want to watch the clips real quick. I'm watching the direct to see the scenes and stuff so I can react to it. Like I said, I don't think I can show the direct because y'all know how YouTube is. Now, when I did play something from Nintendo, I don't think I got dinged for it, but Illumination, Universal. So for those of you who don't know what's going on, I'm going to actually tell you what's going on in the trailer. So it opens up on Bowser's fortress, right? You see Bowser painting. Very hardcore. Very hardcore. Throws a paint can at the canvas. And it looks like dots. And so it is a skeleton of Mario with a shot face. And apparently, Luigi was like, he wanted to see us. Now, for a very small home, because Bowser got shrunk, this is a very nice home. So he makes a masterpiece of Bowser and Peach. And Luigi, being the kind brother he is, I like the colors. Mario says he's proud. And so Bowser goes off. And says, working through his demons, he suppose. And gets his tail stuck in the door. So the opening shots of Super Mario Galaxy, for those of you who don't know, there is a star festival where different stars are on the ground and Mario is running through this star festival. It's incredible. So that looks like it's the opening shot of the film. And they got these star portals. So they go through a whole planet made of water on motorbikes going through one of the sand kingdom, going through the sand kingdom. A lot of plots. Bowser Jr. And so the paintbrush is a utility tool. And so he's able to utilize the paint Bowser Jr. to make a weapon. So when we see Rosalina, and all she has is one wand and shuts the motherfucker down. Do you hear? Yeah, I cannot wait till April of next year. I'm getting to talk with Rosalina and Bowser new voices. This is the Rosalina scene. That was so cute. So, just to let you guys know, Rosalina is reading the Luna's bedtime story about Peach, and they want to hear about Mario and Luigi. So, looks very fluid and seamless in that scene. Wow. So here's the thing, right? Like, they got Bowser Jr. on the nose, right? And I mean, it's a big nose. No disrespect, Bowser Jr., but you got a big ass nose. But the voice, when you hear, "Don't you take my mama Peach away," it sounds a little bit more squeaky. So I don't know if they were trying to humanize the voice a little bit, but that's what it's looking like in this. I don't think Bowser Jr. has it. Oh, okay, yeah. So he's got his two front teeth. Oh no, he has one tooth. Oh my. First of all, Jack Black is wearing a Day of the Dead t-shirt. And Jack Black said, if anybody's going to introduce Bowser Jr., it's going to be his papa. Of course. I feel the sentiment for sure. I love Chris Andrade. Jack Black asked, do you mind if I throw it back to Miyamoto side? And Chris is like I can stop you. Like, it's Jack Black. Like, you let him be Jack Black. Wow. That is going, oh my God. Okay, let's get back to the breakdown of all this. Here we go.
This is a guy that is known for making A24, dramas, and now he's just the voice of Bowser. And even with my laugh, he's putting in effort, man. Listen to that voice again.
From the ashes of his father's defeat rises a new conqueror.
No, he looks like he's taking it pretty seriously, and he's not doing what 80% of these celebrity voice actors do and just doing their regular voice with a tinge of an accent. So I laugh, but he's actually sounding like a character. So good pick, I guess. But now that leads us into the beginning of the trailer where we appear again on the Bowser Castle, very similar to how we had the Bowser ship in the first Super Mario trailer, only it's Jack Black's Bowser all tiny from the end of the last movie where they shrunk him, doing a little paint therapy of Mario all dry bone, as well as some fan fiction of him and Peach. Yo, Bowser, I don't blame you. I got the same one with Rosalina, man. But a couple of things I was thinking when watching this is I do think they wasted a good chunk of the trailer with this opening. It dragged on a little longer than it should. But following that critique aside, it is kind of nice seeing him have the continuity of the last movie. And you also know this thing is going to get toyified, where this little mini Bowser castle is going to be in every toy store. But when looking at some of his other paintings, I did catch an eye that we do have our first look at Bowser Jr. before he's revealed later on in this trailer, and that Papa Bowser actually painted him. And this was a mystery we were wondering about with this movie, because the video games are one thing, but the way the movie's going to adapt them could be different. And sometimes Bowser is just unaware that he has a child out there and that they're looking for him. But here it clearly shows Bowser is aware of his son, to where he's drawing him on his little ship that he's usually known for being in. That's going to be a fun part of explaining where Bowser Jr. has been all this time. If they're going to reveal who the mother is, because that's even still a big mystery in the video game, it'd be kind of fun for the movie to answer those questions. Also, is it just me, or did they add this line in the trailer?
At ICUC, we
come
move
on.
faster than the speed of social. We spark excitement, build communities.
It's trash.
Just so it can become a meme and spread around everywhere.
That's definitely a memeable meme. It's trash. Hello, Lion Cub. Welcome in and glad to have you here. I think this is your first time here. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. We're just talking about the Super Mario Galaxy movie, just breaking this down from 3C Films. Shout out to 3C Films, a great content creator, by the way.
You see this getting overused a lot, and I feel like trailers do that kind of stuff on purpose now.
That is cinema.
From there, though, I feel like the trailer really kicks off and shows off so many visuals that just had my memories flooding. We have Mario and Peach looking up to the sky as all these Luma stars are pouring into the Mushroom Kingdom. This is also how the Mario Galaxy game begins, and they're most likely here to warn them of the impending doom of Bowser Jr. They then immediately cut to a star launch that is also from Mario Galaxy. I talked about this when the first teaser trailer dropped. I hope they somehow put those in the movie, because I remember having my Wii and then just shaking it and going, come on, let's go, Mario. Don't clip that out of context, weirdos. And yeah, the first movie...
He's so wrong for that shit. He's so wrong. Moving on.
They find great ways to blend in mechanics from the games and put them into the movie, and having this be the way Peach and Toad launch off into space, I think will be interesting. As we see Peach and Toad launch away from the Mushroom Kingdom, you can see some of the other islands that we were introduced to in the first movie, as they then begin passing planets in their galaxy. The first one they pass is a planet named Drip Drop. This is from Mario Galaxy, and that's just a planet made up of mostly water. From here, the trailer cuts to Mario and Luigi on motorcycles as they're in a planet from Super Mario Odyssey, Toast Arena. You know, it's the planet not just because of all the sand, but the upside down pyramid. It even says Toast Arena on the motorcycle of Luigi. Now, this is exciting for a couple of reasons. One, again, they're pulling in from more games than just Mario Galaxy, but also Mario and Luigi side by side, as we just saw Peach and Toad going off on a
remember the first movie, a lot of people did not like Mario and Luigi being separated for the whole movie, so this is huge news. And I'm kind of wondering, are we gonna get Mario and oh my god, I know exactly who I'm thinking of. Give me a moment. Pauline, are we gonna get Mario and Pauline? Because let me tell you something. For those of you who don't know, Super Mario Galaxy, there's something in the Mario universe where everybody's like, dump Peach and date Pauline, because Pauline threw him a whole festival for saving the city, while Peach only gives him a cake. So listen, that young lady that I tried to talk to, she's a Peach, okay? She ain't Pauline. So listen, that's neither here nor there, but let's roll on. So here we go.
Mission. A lot of fans were disappointed in the first movie when Mario and Luigi were mainly separated for a good chunk of the whole film. Now it looks like this movie, it'll mainly be Mario and Luigi side by side doing their part of the mission, while Peach and Toad do another side of the mission. I honestly love that, and I think that's great because I do want to see these brothers interact and hang out. And this has also been something that's leaked online. Months and months ago, there was a leaked storyboard of Mario and Luigi wearing these cloaks in some sort of outside market, and now with this shot of the trailer, it looks like that was real. I don't know how all this stuff is leaking from Super Mario Galaxy, but I know Nintendo is hunting down and people are dying somewhere. We then cut to Peach on this cube-like planet that's filled with neon.
That was a Yoshi egg that you can make as a cookie from Pillsbury. So, of course, you know, we heard that Yoshi could be a part of this somehow. We have heard that. And then, of course, on the Old Spice deodorant, it was Bowser Jr. and Yoshi as well. But yes.
But I know Nintendo is hunting down and people are dying somewhere. We then cut to Peach on this cube-like planet that's filled with neon lights everywhere, and even the floor matches a casino level in Super Mario Sunshine, another Mario game they're pulling in from. Peach here is battling a bunch of ninjas, which are these villains that first showed up in Super Mario 2, but most recently also in Super Mario Wonder, which is another game that they're heavily pulling in from. We know that because once it finally becomes time for Bowser Jr. to be introduced in the trailer, we see him activate what feels like the Spider-Man symbiote, where they did use a Spider-Man sound effect from Spider-Verse, the Prowler theme. I don't know if that was on purpose or maybe they just did a rip-off version of it for the movie, but if there was any sound you were going to use to symbolize his transformation, it should have been this one. But here, Bowser Jr. is actually activating an ability from Super Mario Wonder, turning him into Wonder Bowser Jr. This is where he gets this purple-like chrome skin, has these green spikes on his back, and just looks kind of crazy. Again, it's just really awesome how in this movie they pull from so many different video games, whether decades old or just a couple years old. We do get to see his little spaceship that he's always riding in right behind him, so it will be something he'll be using in the movie. Even the paintbrush that Bowser Jr. is holding is a brush that appeared in Super Mario Sunshine. Bowser Jr. was using this brush to disguise himself as Shadow Mario, and now it looks like this brush might be the thing giving him his wonder powers. I don't know, kind of insane, but just as insane as some of these shots of Bowser Jr. about to fight off Mario and Luigi. That's gonna be awesome, because I'm even just loving the camera angles and the visuals of this fight being set up. Having the trailer end with one of the first bosses from the Mario Galaxy game, Mega Legs, appearing at Rosalina's crib, which, yo, bro, come on now. Drop the addy. Drop the addy. And then Rosalina quit.
Sir, you're asking a 3D based character to drop her address. Sir. Oh my God. There's probably some video game character that I probably want to drop the addy as well, but that's neither here nor there. Let's roll on, okay?
Quickly showing off why she's one of the most beloved characters in the Mario franchise. They made her OP. She is so powerful in this, moving like the Flash, using her wand and abilities all to destroy this thing. Rosalina is gonna be a beast. It's gonna be very interesting how much of her backstory or details they go in with this movie. I don't want to spoil too much in case you don't know, because I do think it's kind of a tragic story, but Rosalina as a child encountered a Luma star, and she promised the Luma star that she would help find its mother, only to just eventually become the mother of all Luma stars and live out her life in space. Now, there is more to the story there, but I'm going to leave it like that because I think it might hit more emotionally if they play it out into the movie. But I will find it kind of interesting if the film goes into Rosalina's backstory when we have barely tapped into Peach's backstory. And funny enough, the little voice clip where they revealed Brie Larson is the voice of Rosalina, you do have her about to tell the story of Peach before the Lumas are like, no, we want to hear the story about the plumber, aka Mario, and how he saved the Mushroom Kingdom. Another interesting detail that Rosalina is aware of all the stories and things that go on in the galaxy, so Rosalina is definitely keeping an eye out on the galaxy. All in all, man, I am extremely happy with this. I love it. It still so surprises me how many people just came out kind of not loving the Mario movie when this might be a jangly key moment, but dang, they got me, dude. It's reminding me so much of all the Mario games I love playing.
I
And
love
to
the
package
first
them into
movie.
an entertaining
I
story,
think everybody that
I'm having fun.
overreacted
Throw it off
was
to you
just
guys. What did you
silly.
think of the Mario Galaxy
I really,
trailer?
really
Any
did.
details and Easter eggs you caught that I might have missed? Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.
Thank you, Chris. Much love to you, bro. Like I said, that will be coming out. Hey, Florian, good to see you, my friend. That will be coming out on April 3rd of 2026. And believe me, there will be a world premiere at Universal Orlando Resort with the after party being at Super Nintendo World. Mark my words on that, okay? They already are getting everything together. I'm sure of it. And Universal, if you need content creators, call me. I'm available for the premiere. All right, so moving on. So in case you guys did not know about this story here, this story's been going on for a while. So from the Shade Room, TikTok influencer Brenay Kennard must pay $1.75 million rather after ex-husband's wife wins affair. A North Carolina lawsuit is the talk of the internet this week after a scorned ex-wife came out on top. TikTok influencer Brenay Kennard has to pay $1.75 million to Akira Montague. Akira sued Kennard, accusing her of causing the end of her marriage to Timothy Montague. The court ruled in favor of the ex-wife on Monday, November 10th, according to the News and Observer. Let's see here. Why did the ex-wife Akira Montague sue? Akira filed her civil lawsuit in May of 2024 at the Durham County Superior Court seeking $3.5 million in damages. In paperwork, she claims that Brenay Kennard's affair with Timothy caused alienation of affection that ended her marriage. Montague also accused the TikToker of criminal conversation, which is reportedly a legal term for having sexual interactions with someone else's partner. North Carolina is one of the few states that accepts both as legal arguments. Only Akira says she suffered mental anguish, damage to her health, and a lack of a two-parent household for her children. Initially, Akira Montague accused Brenay Kennard of creating content that featured Timothy while he was still married to her. The lawsuit alleges Brenay flaunted her relationship online and attempted to justify the alleged affair on social media. Also, she said the posts were created and others shared, such as photos of her kids with Tim, without her knowledge or consent. Over time, Brenay Kennard built a large social media following her day in the life. I was about to say day today, but day in the life videos and other lifestyle vlogs. To this day, she boasts nearly 3 million followers on TikTok and 275,000 on Instagram. Timothy is allegedly her manager, but they have known each other over a decade. Yahoo News reports that Tim testified to Dame Brenay while they attended high school at the Word of God Christian Academy. Not the Word of God. How did God get this? Academy in 2014. Years later, in 2018, Montague proposed to Akira. In his testimony during the civil trial, he claimed that he did so with the cheapest ring without getting on one knee. Child, that's just tacky, wrong, and foul, honestly. Still, they followed through with the marriage. Meanwhile, Brenay got married to Devin Mayo, who also testified to the civil trial. In his testimony, he claimed that in December of 2023, he overheard Brenay and Tim talking about rekindling their relationship while she believed he was asleep. That same month, Brenay began staying at the Montagues at Tim's insistence. The following month, in January 2024, Akira began to suspect an affair after allegedly seeing a video with Tim and Brenay. Additionally, Mayo testified to overhearing Brenay and Tim having intimate relations multiple times in his home that same month. So basically, having sex inside their home with Akira's husband. Yeah. And then there's like a cousin thing as well that apparently Tim also dated Brenay's twin sister. It's a very incestuous thing going on here. It's a family affair. Fast forward to March of 2024, the Montagues allegedly separated. They reportedly divorced months later. In August, after his divorce from Akira, Timothy allegedly married the TikTok influencer. They are still married, per the News Observer. Judge orders TikTok influencer to pay up over affair. While Brenay might have snagged the man, Akira Montague is walking away with padded pockets. When Akira sued her, Brenay opted to represent herself in court. Did she talk to AL about representing himself in court? This child, free advice is available. Doesn't mean it all works. Moving on. Timothy Montague reportedly testified that he was never in love with his ex-wife Akira, and they just moved, and that they moved just like roommates. He also said they had separated in 2021. Claimed Akira disputed by saying he came home every weekend from college and engaged in sex with her. She and her lawyer presented more than 700 pieces of evidence during the trial, per reporting from WRAL. She also had her mother and grandmother testify. In her closing statement on Monday, Brenay Kennard rejected that she was the reason Akira's marriage ended. Instead, she said their union had been falling apart for years. On Monday, North Carolina jury deliberated for a little less than 2 hours before finding Brenay Kennard liable, per the News and Observer. After a Superior Court judge ruled that Brenay Kennard must pay $1.5 million for alienation of affection and additional $250,000, $250,000 for criminal compensation. As mentioned, that is a total of $1.75 million. So here is that video here.
That's the sound of a $1.75 million cheer coming just moments after court was adjourned. Akira Montague embraced her attorney, Robin M. Jones, as dozens of supporters yelled
That's
from the
a hug. Did you hear?
Akira Montague's lawsuit, filed in Durham County Court, accuses Brenay Montague, an influencer with nearly 3 million followers on TikTok, of seducing and having an affair with her then husband, Tim. That affair then turning to marriage when Brenay and Tim wed. In the suit, Akira Montague claimed Brenay used her online influence as a weapon. The affair also caused damage to her health and deprived her kids of a 2-parent household.
And it was nothing but lies.
Brenay Montague, who represented herself in court, slammed the verdict, saying Akira Montague knew her marriage was over and allowed the affair.
She gave her consent. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done.
But the jury didn't agree, awarding Akira Montague the $1.75 million after more than 700 pieces of evidence were presented in court, including some of Brenay's own TikToks and texts. The case hinged on 2 rarely used laws, including alienation of affection.
It can be very hard to prove, and the reason is because it's hard to find a point in a relationship where the relationship necessarily started to go bad.
But in these videos and in the court testimony, the jury found that point, leaving Brenay Montague with a hefty bill and no answer on how she'll pay.
I don't know, but I'll still probably never see it.
By the way, just to let you know, that cheering that you heard, that's also a sneak peek of how Thirsty Toxicity will be losing in court. Said no one ever, because it's never going to happen, child. And that is the reaction of Thirsty Toxicity after court when she has to pay. Said no one ever, because it's not going to happen. Brenay, Timothy, and Akira reacted after the rulings. Kennard and Timothy wrote signals to people. She called the verdict outrageous, blasphemous, and disgraceful. And a boy for money, claiming that Akira and her legal team had lied the entire time. The truth will always be the truth, and it's easy to believe the lies, especially when playing the victim card. Brenay said she may have won the battle, but not the war. God will have the final say. God will have the final say. Did you listen to Michelle Williams? When Jesus say yes, can't nobody can say no. When Jesus say yes, can't nobody can say no. Did you really listen to that before you got in the courtroom, child? I cannot. Speaking to the press after the verdict, Brenay claims she doesn't know how she paid, but she'll never see it. The court system has a way of making sure that you pay your money. Just ask Tossaway K. They had to pay Cardi B. Okay, all right. She said at some trial watchers had pointed out just last month, Brenay flexed her new car to her 2.9 million followers. Separately, her husband Timothy used the same description, outraged for the ruling. He also claimed that his ex-wife pulled the sympathy card. It's easy to make someone out to be the villain when you don't want to face the truth or take accountability. Tim wrote, the marriage was not full of genuine love. All parties involved know that. God will get the glory. My Lord Jesus. Meanwhile, Akira Montague is basketball for when her lawyer, Roberta B. Jones, also spoke to people via a statement. Jones clarified that Akira's lawsuit is not about vengeance but accountability. The evidence presented in this case overwhelmingly support my client's stance that Brenay Kennard not only alienated the affections of Akira's husband, but also inflicted emotional injury on his children as well. The statement said, Akira, her family, and I would like to thank all those that support her on this journey. So let's watch this here on the IG. The Instagram. So here we go. Here we go.
That's the other one.
Congratulations! Can we ask y'all a few questions? Okay, go ahead. Okay. I got two. I just got two.
Yeah.
All right. Good afternoon. My name is Attorney Robinetta B. Jones of the Law Offices of Robinetta B. Jones, and I am the attorney of Akira Montague in this case for alienation of affection and criminal conversation. Imagine a person that you married and committed your life to, betrayed her with her close friend. This case was not about vengeance. It was about accountability. It is about recognizing that marriage is a promise that binds people together in profound ways. Love, commitment, and emotional fidelity are the pillars that marriage is built upon. In this case, when Brenay Kennard intruded upon the bond of Akira and Timothy's marriage, she inflicted a wound that reached Akira's core. A wound that was inflicted not only in private, but in public. Online via TikTok, Snapchat, and other platforms we use. We want to thank the jury for understanding the importance of marriage and rejecting the intentional and malicious act of Brenay Kennard.
So there it is there, everybody. One more thing. Was arrested for cyber stalking ahead of the civil trial. Civil case aside, in September 2025, she was arrested and charged with cyber stalking in Durham County. Akira had filed a complaint against her for alleged repeated harassment, including threats and receiving unwanted messages. Kennard surrendered to police and later posted bail while Akira won her civil case this week. It remains unclear where her criminal case stands. And by the way, Devin Mayo has also filed a lawsuit against Tim. So if the wife went down, down goes the husband next, ladies and gentlemen. Here is that clip right here. Once again, shout out to the DD report right here, everybody. Here we go.
That's the sound of a $1.75 million cheer coming just moments after court was adjourned. Akira Montague embraced her attorney, Robinetta Jones, as dozens of supporters yelled from the sidelines.
She has received justice from losing her husband and the father of her children.
Akira Montague's lawsuit, filed in Durham County Court, accuses Brenay Montague, an influencer with nearly 3 million followers on TikTok, of seducing and having an affair with her then husband, Tim. That affair then turning to marriage when Brenay and Tim wed. In the suit, Akira Montague claimed Brenay used her online influence as a weapon. The affair also caused damage to her health and deprived her kids of a two-parent household.
And it was nothing but lies.
Brenay Montague, who represented herself in court, slammed the verdict, saying Akira Montague knew her marriage was over and allowed the affair.
She gave her consent. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done.
But the jury didn't agree, awarding Akira Montague the $1.75 million after more than 700 pieces of evidence were presented in court, including some of Brenay's own TikToks and texts.
That says that my client was telling the truth.
The case hinged on two rarely used laws, including alienation of affection.
It can be very hard to prove, and the reason is because it's hard to find a point in a relationship where the relationship necessarily started to go bad.
But in these videos and in the court testimony, the jury found that point, leaving Brenay Montague with a hefty bill and no answer on how she'll pay.
I don't know, but she'll probably never see it.
And honestly, her saying that, all that Akira has to do is take that to the judge. Bet! She she gonna get her damn money. Now, by the way, in case you are wondering what states where you can sue for alienation of affection, okay, this is not to scare all the cheetahs or anything, but child, if you do what you're supposed to do, you won't have to worry about what state you live in. So Illinois, Hawaii, Mississippi, New Mexico, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Utah. Okay, so if you live in any of those states, there it is. Okay, so just want you guys to know about that, child. All right, we have more Braylon Lee's virtual tour live coming up right from this space right here, right now. Speaking of trials, Megan Thee Stallions, defamation lawsuit against blogger milagro scams. Gramz. Shout out to Conscious TV. Set to kick off next week. Possible jurors to be questioned about their knowledge of Tory Lanez. My bad. I'm sorry. Slip of the tongue there. Slip of the tongue. Right here. Have you heard? Oh, hang on. Let me go back. Have you heard of plaintiff Megan Pete, professionally known as Megan Thee Stallion, before today? If so, do you have opinions, positive or negative, about her as a personal entertainer? Number two, have you heard of defendant Milagro Cooper, also known by her internet handles as Milagro Scams, Gramz, and Four Mobs World before today? If so, do you have opinions, positive, negative, about her as a person or as an internet personality? Have you heard of Daystar Pearson? This is number three, professionally known as Tory Lanez, my bad, before today. If so, do you have any opinions, positive or negative, about him as a person or as an entertainer? And then number four, are you aware of the criminal trial where Tory Lanez was convicted of powering Megan Thee Stallion? If so, do you have any opinions, positive or negative, about the outcome of that case? Number five, have you seen or read any articles, stories, or social media posts about this lawsuit? Number six, could you be impartial in your decision making in a case involving a celebrity plaintiff, either for or against them? Number seven, have you ever been involved in a lawsuit involving claims of defamation, infliction of emotional distress, or promotion of an altered sexual depiction as either as a party or a witness? If so, please describe what happened and how the situation was resolved. Number eight, if you have ever made a complaint regarding someone saying something untrue or false about you, if so, please describe what happened, how the situation was resolved. And for number nine, which sources do you get your news, including social media platforms? And I think the biggest thing too is with this should have been question number 10. What is your relationship like with your self-esteem and social media? I think that should have been question 10, because honestly, sometimes how you look at social media can depend on how you view yourself sometimes as well. But here it is here. According to court documents obtained by journalist Brenay Kennard, jurors may be asked questions such as those questions that I read. The trial is set to begin next week with more updates expected soon. So, as you know, we will be covering it, okay? And I know Armand Wiggins is probably already in Miami. We're waiting for you, good sir, for your live coverage there. Yes, indeed. Speaking of Miami, somebody that goes to Miami a lot, Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams does not have frontotemporal dementia. New test shows, okay? Excuse me. So both of these stories come to us from the Jasmine brand. The former TV host recently completed a series of neurological tests in New York City. According to a neurologist report obtained by TMZ, she does not have frontotemporal dementia. The findings delivered to Williams' legal team late last month contradict the previous claim that the condition justified the long-term guardianship she has been under for the past 3 years. Wendy has reportedly shown remarkable neurological resilience since becoming sober, but is still under strict restrictions and surveillance. As far as what's next, her legal team plans to file court documents in the next 2 weeks, requesting a hearing to end the guardianship. If the judge denies the request, celebrity attorney Joe Topinka intends to push for a jury trial and ask jurors to free Wendy. We will keep you updated as this legal battle continues to unfold. So, Wendy, we are pulling for you. This is huge news. Huge news. All right. More Braylon's virtual tour live coming up right from the space right here and right now. So if you are an HBCU student, I need you to come to your laptop, your desktop, your phone, your tablet. Hopefully you got me on your TV if you're watching YouTube on TV. But get over here for this. This comes to us from blackprwire.com. National HBCU Orator Competition open to current HBCU students. The HBCU Oracle Challenge, a national competition that showcases the voices of students attending historical Black colleges and universities. HBCUs is open for submissions. The deadline to register is December 15th, 2025. The competition encourages students currently enrolled at HBCUs to express their ideas, engage in thoughtful public discourse, strengthen communication skills, and build leadership capabilities, and hone creativity through public speaking, rooted in the rich rhetorical tradition of the African American experience. This challenge provides a platform for emerging leaders to sharpen their voices, think critically, and engage with the pressing issues of our time. According to a press release from the Dream House Make a Difference Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to empowering youth, young adults, and their families with education, mentorship, and comprehensive support services, the sponsor of the competition. The HBCU Oracle Challenge provides HBCU students with a platform to showcase their eloquence, intellect, passion, and deep understanding of issues through 4 distinct categories: prepared public speaking, extemporaneous public speaking, spoken word recitation, and public debate. Contestants may deliver a polished speech, respond on the spot to a current event or social issue, compose spoken word poetry, or participate in structured debate. View participants' guidebook and ambassadors operating manual for more information. The national finals will be held on April 18th and the 19th, 2026 in Atlanta, Georgia. Scholarships and prizes will be awarded to national winners in each category. UNCF, United Negro College Fund, encourages students attending our member institutions to participate in this competition, hone their public skills, and become the next great orators of this nation. UNCF is not a sponsor, partner, or owner of the HBCU Oracle or Oriental Challenge. So, how cool is that? A public speaking competition. I really never did these. I wish I would have, because I know I would have won it. Okay, just gonna keep it a buck with y'all. But here's the website right here. So your first name, middle name, last name, email address, the red dots, the red asterisks are the things that you have to do. So first name, last name, email address, phone number, HBCU website. Which do you intend to participate? You can participate in all 4 of them. Then, of course, you got your advisor, tire advisor, phone number, email, and then the HBCU president and chancellor. So here it is. Here, y'all, please apply if you go to HBCU, because this could really do so much good for you. All right, everybody. Another destination for you all. Now, this one is a trigger warning for all of you, because our babies matter for sure. Shoutouts.com celebrating 25 years on to the next 25 years. Fatal infant formula triggers botulism in 15 babies. Okay. By Heart Whole Nutrition infant formula products have been recalled after 15 babies across 12 states developed botulism from contaminated batches. Okay. A serious outbreak of infant botulism has prompted federal health officials to investigate contaminated baby formula that has sickened 15 infants across 12 states. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, working alongside the Food and Drug Administration and state health departments, is examining cases linked to By Heart Whole Nutrition infant formula products. All 15 affected babies have required hospitalization, though no deaths have been reported in connection with this outbreak. Praise be unto God for that. The investigation remains active as health officials work to determine the full scope of contamination and prevent additional cases from developing. Company expands recall amid growing concerns. By Heart Incorporated initially issued a limited recall on November 8th of 2025, but expanded to include all By Heart Whole Nutrition infant formula products. Just 3 days later, the decision came after parents and caregivers reported that babies in the outbreak had consumed different lot numbers of the formula that were not included in the original recall. The expanded recall now covers all lot numbers and sizes of By Heart Whole Nutrition infant formula, including both canned products and single-serve packets. The formula is widely available through online retailers and major stores nationwide, making the recall particularly significant for families who have recently purchase the products. Understanding infant botulism and its symptoms. Infant botulism occurs when babies ingest colonism botulism spores that sequentially grow in their intestinal tract and produce dangerous toxins. Unlike adult botulism, which typically results from consuming preformed toxins and contaminated food, infant botulism develops when the spores germinate inside the baby's digestive system. The condition often begins with constipation, which may be the first sign parents notice. However, the more concerning symptoms that typically prompt medical attention include difficulty feeding, problems with sucking and swallowing, a notably weak or altered cry, and loss of head control. This is a very serious thing, y'all. These symptoms reflect the progressive muscle weakness that characterizes botulism. Immediate action required from parents and caregivers. Health officials are urging all parents and caregivers to immediately stop using any by heart whole nutrition infant formula products. This includes all varieties, lot numbers, and package sizes, regardless of when they were purchased or whether they still appear on recall lists. Families should record lot numbers and expiration dates, if possible, before disposing of the products. However, if a baby has already consumed the formula, parents should retain any leftover powder for at least 1 month in case health officials need to test it. The formula should be stored safely away from children and pets during this period. Symptoms may take weeks to develop. One of the most concerning aspects of the outbreak is the delayed onset of symptoms. Infant botulism can take several weeks to manifest after exposure, meaning babies who consume the contaminated formula recently may not show signs of illness immediately. Parents who have used by heart formulas should remain vigilant and monitor their infants closely during this extended period. The progressive nature of infant botulism makes early detection crucial. If left untreated, the condition can lead to severe complications, including breathing difficulties and prolonged hospitalization lasting weeks or months. The paralysis associated with botulism typically begins in the head and face before spread to other parts of the body. Medical professionals mobilize response efforts. Healthcare providers across the country have been alerted to watch for potential cases and begin immediate treatment protocols. The California Department of Public Health Infant Botulism Treatment Prevention Programs provide 24-hour consultation services for suspected cases, accessible at 510-231-7600. That's 510-231-7600. That's 510-231-7600. Medical professionals are being advised not to wait for laboratory confirmation before beginning treatment with Baby Big, the recommended therapy for infant botulism. Early detection can significantly improve outcomes and reduce duration of illness and hospitalization. Businesses and retailers respond to recall. Retailers and healthcare facilities are being instructed to immediately remove all by heart whole nutrition infant formula products from their shelves. Inventory businesses also must thoroughly clean and sanitize any surfaces or equipment that may have come in contact with the recalled products to prevent cross-contamination. Widespread availability of by heart formula through multiple retail channels means the recall affects numerous businesses across the country. Companies are working to identify and remove affected products while notifying customers who may have recently purchased the formula. Investigation continues as officials seek answers. Federal and state health officials continue investigating how the contamination occurred and whether additional products may be affected. The investigation involves testing formula samples, examining manufacturing processes, and tracking the distribution of contaminated batches to identify all potentially affected customers. This outbreak serves as a reminder of the critical importance of food safety in infant nutrition products, where even small amounts of contamination have serious health consequences for vulnerable populations. Story credit CDC. So that's just to let you guys know what is going on. And I think this is the botulism right here. So just to let you guys know of what is going on. So please, for the love of God, if you have any by heart whole nutrition infant formula, if you are a mother, or if you're a grandmother, or if you're a caretaker, or if you're a dad, please do what you need to do. Life is way too short. I had no idea that botulism even existed. I didn't even know what it was. But when I saw this, I'm like, okay, we have to report on this today. So, yes, indeed. All right, y'all. More Brantley's virtual tour live coming up right from this space right here and right now. Jacqueline Campbell launches Wealth Accelerator program. After 32 years in wealth management, Campbell launches a program to help Black women transition into lucrative finance careers amid widespread layoffs. Beautiful smile there, by the way. Jacqueline Campbell is the founder and CEO of Alexander Legacy Private Wealth Management, which she has owned for the past 5 years in partnership with the Carson Group out of Omaha, Nebraska. With over 3 decades of experience spanning private banking, investment banking, retail banking, and wealth management, Campbell has now become one of the few Black women to own an investment firm. She is launching the Wealth Management Accelerator program to help Black women affected by the 2025 layoffs transition into thriving finance careers. As one of the few Black women leading a private wealth firm, what drove you to launch the Wealth Management Accelerator program? I've actually been honored to own Alexander Legacy Private Wealth Management for the last 5 years in partnership with the Carson Group out of Omaha, Nebraska. However, I've been in the industry since 93, so it's been 32 years of being in this industry, from private banking to investment banking to retail banking to wealth management, and now in the independent space. One of the things that I always see when I go into these rooms is the fact that I rarely see people that look like me. There were points of that timeline where there were more people of color, but sitting here in 2025, I've seen the worst numbers that I've seen in 32 years, which is really what prompted me, especially after knowing almost 400,000 women of color have lost their jobs this year alone. I couldn't just sit on the sidelines and pretend like everything was okay. So I decided to ball up my 32 years of experience and roll out the Wealth Management Accelerator. Tell us about this opportunity. How does it help women looking to change careers? Right now, we're in the midst of what they call the greatest wealth transfer in history. In the United States alone, $124 trillion will be moving from the generations ahead of us to now the Gen X, Millennials, and Gen Zs over the next 20 years. Over the next 5 to 7 years, there's going to be over 100,000 people retiring in my industry. My industry is predominantly white male. A lot of them are preparing for retirement. But the problem that we've seen in this industry is that there hasn't been a really strong succession plan for bringing the next generation into finance. Over 50% of the industry is over 55 years old, but less than 30% is under 30 years old. The numbers are staggering. When we've all knows that all these Black women in particular were losing their jobs this year, almost 400,000 of them, it was like, what are we going to do if we don't have income? Black people contribute about $1.2 trillion in the United States to the economy, and Black woman is taking care of so many people. She's sometimes taking care of her parents, her siblings, her children, and she's pulled in multiple different directions. And that was really the passion and the desire. I feel like the calling that I had was like, I gotta take my 32 years. It's not just showing women financial literacy. It's about how you create 6, 7, in some cases 8-figure job opportunities. In some cases, if you venture into if you're in venture capital, rather, if you're in private equity, if you're investment banking, those are very highly lucrative careers for brilliant people who understand even numbers. Or you can be on the other side where you're building out relationships and bringing clients to the table. There are so many different ways that you can be successful in financial services. It's just not enough Black people in the business, which is why I'm leveraging this opportunity to help upskill and reskill people in finance. You partnered with leadership expert Christy Rutherford to develop this program. Why was it important to address both technical skills and mindset transformation? It's one thing to just go and get a certification and now have that skill set, but it's another thing to be able to now go out there and apply it in a way that allows you to navigate, in some cases, the C-suite walls, the corporate suite walls, everybody. In some cases, you're navigating going to work with Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies. There has to be a finesse and a swagness of really being a part of this industry. There's that bring your authentic self to work, but then there's also a level of finesse when it comes to being a part of the Wall Street community, being a part of financial services. So the other thing, excuse me, that's so key that Christy does is because a lot of the women are dealing with trauma. They potentially were let go of their job in the middle of nowhere, and they weren't really prepared. So maybe they didn't have a plan B. So they don't have that income coming in. We're watching stories right now, federal workers lining up in D.C. to go food banks because they missed one paycheck. That's scary. These are federal workers that were probably making 6 figures, but yet we're one paycheck away from the food bank, and that's where trauma and a lot of anger comes in. when you're preparing for a second act. Where I feel like Christy is really bringing her genius is really helping with that sort of pivot so that people can leave some of the traumatic baggage behind, because for you to really be successful in this business of money, making, and finance, you got to have a laser focus. This is not going to be for everybody, right? These are highly sensitive positions. When you're managing billions of dollars, this is not just for somebody who doesn't take it that seriously. These are for very mature professionals, people who really understand what it takes to get into these rooms, to have access to capital markets, to be able to do venture deals, private equity deals. That's where Christy and I, coming together with my years of experience and her background in women empowerment and her military experience, just having that level of discipline, all of that is necessary for us to create the type of army round we're going to create, the new workforce to go out and deploy to some of these Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies. The program includes Series 65 license preparation, executive mindset development, and mentorship. Walk us through what participants actually experience in the accelerator. This is such a dream come true because I pulled from the best of the best and put together this 90-day package. Not only are you going to get Christy Rutherford and her genius, there's going to be that first sort of element, that first chapter of the accelerator is really that orientation, making sure we're laying the groundwork. You're going to be centered around people like Christy, a Coast Guard veteran, people like Dr. Anthony Chan, former chief economist for JP Morgan Chase, people like Valerie Rainford, former leader of advancing black strategies for JP Morgan. I got people from Wells Fargo, Citigroup, some of the top leading financial services organizations in the world that all are going to be at some juncture a mentor or some type of resource for anybody coming in. You literally gain access to the Rolodex of Fortune 500 geniuses that have been doing this at least 20 plus years or greater. Then you're going to go through the Series 65 Accelerator. That's where we're going to really focus on preparing you for the exam. We're going to be teaching you skills and concepts and really the language of money, the language of wealth, and really help you break down some of those key terms at the tail end of the accelerator. That's when you're actually going to do your intensive with Kaplan. That's the educational program we have selected to help you study. That's the education program that we have selected to help produce the study materials for us to then be able to prepare you to sit for that exam. The goal is by the 90th day that you're saying a test date so that you go sit for that Series 65 exam. Upon completion and successful passing of that exam, you'll be put into a talent database. Excuse me, where everybody that I know in the industry will know about you and that you are now skilled, licensed, and qualified because you've been trained by the best of the best. You're ready to either partner with them and join their organization, or you can take that exam and go out and we can continue this by showing you how to be a consultant and run your own firm. My phone's still blowing up. I have the Oprahs of the industry calling me right now saying, what do you need? How can we support? That's the kind of love that people should expect coming into this program. We're going to surround you with the resources, surround you with the people that's going to keep you fired up, because environmental influence is truly important, especially for those of us that are going through this whole reset. What does success look like for the Wealth Management Accelerator? How will you measure the program's impact? The goal is that after the 90 days you sit for that exam, you pass that exam. That's key performance indicator number one, is to actually get people to pass that exam, taking that study time very seriously, showing up for courses, being 100% attendance. That's going to be key. We're going to be tracking those kinds of things to really see if you're serious about being a part of this industry. Once we pass the exam, the next measurement is getting that person potentially higher. Maybe they want to be the next employee at JP Morgan Chase inside of the private bank. What I do is then I socialize their bio and now their new certification and their training certificate to my friends and family over at the JP Morgan private bank to really get them interviewing with them, which is another great milestone checkpoint. If they get the job, we win, because that's the whole purpose, is to get the job, which is creating the income and creating not only just the income, but the exposure to being a part of the industry that's going to teach you about money so that you can go out and continue to develop your own wealth and help others develop wealth. I would say those are really the areas that we're going to be measuring success. How many people pass the exam? How many people get interviews? And how many people get hired? For people interested in joining, where can they find you? What are the requirements and how can people support? For some people, you may not necessarily want to get a job after going through the accelerator. Maybe you just truly want to learn more about wealth and finance, or you might want to take it to enhance. If you're already a consultant, this destination could potentially enhance you to go out and do even more work as fiduciary of investments. It could be for your children. You could be 18 years old, guys. I'm also going to say this could be for you to send your children, potentially if you have 18-year-olds plus out there, and get them savvy on money so that they can understand how to help steward the family wealth and be more responsible with money. We're thinking outside the box with this accelerator. Our first goal is to create jobs because we know how important it is to have income. But second, to that is also making sure that we create habits of wealth for people. So that's generational wealth that we're stewarding as we're teaching the next generation. You can find us at www.wealthmanagementaccelerator.com. We're going to be doing info sessions this week on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with myself, along with Christian Rutherford, walk you through a quick 30-minute of what to expect. We're going to do one more next Thursday as well. Then we're off to the races because we're getting ready to start our first cohort, started in November. It was so important for me to make the super affordable because people right now really need to make sure they have access to something like this. It's $4,977 one-time payment, or you can literally split it up. We have so many options where people are splitting it $100 a month. We want to make it affordable. At the same time, we need to be able to sustain the program, bringing in experts to making this a true 5-star what's called to experience. Our goal was never to cheapen this, but also to make it affordable so that people do have skin in the game. This is a very savvy opportunity. No one else is doing this. I'm very blessed to be one of the first people to actually think about our sisters and to actually put something in play that's not just about complaining about what's going on, but really being a part of the solution that's going to help them make some real money. We're looking for sponsors who want to invest in Black women because they understand the importance of keeping our sisters not only employed, but understanding money and making. You can sponsor 10 Black women for $50,000. These 10 Black women will go on to make at least $100,000 each. So your $50,000 will turn into $500,000 of income. That is huge. We're looking for people like that can help us truly move this momentum forward. First of all, congratulations. First of all, just incredible. Now, I know $4,997 is a lot of money, but at least this sister is trying to do something for the culture. And a lot of times we do not support what we are asking for. So here is the website right here, which is an amazing, amazing opportunity. Of course, I will drop the link in the chat as well. And so right here, after you get the Series 65 holder license, some of the roles will be qualified for wealth advisor, financial advisor, investment analyst, chief investment officer, senior product strategist. With a nationwide demand for qualified professionals, including over 100 remote positions, your career can be as flexible as it is fulfilling. So there you go there. Of course, that is the website. So I will put the website in the live chat here and make it do what it do. Hey, Roxy R, good to see you. I hope all is well. But yes, that is our show. Of course, as you guys know, Jimmy Kimmel as well. A lot going on with him. And I want to bring your attention to that right now. Jimmy Kimmel has taken the week off because if you don't know, Tuesday morning, Cleto Esposito III passed away at the age of 59 years old. So here it is from Riot.com. Jimmy Kimmel breaks down in tears honoring late band leader Cleto Esposito III. We are devastated by this. And so as you can see, very difficult right here for Jimmy, for sure. Jimmy Kimmel opened Tuesday's episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live for heartfelt tribute to his childhood friend and late night band leader Cleto Esposito III, who died Tuesday at 59. We've been on the air for almost 23 years. I've had to do some hard monologues along the way. Kimmel said, crying rather, but this one's the hardest because late last night, early this morning, we lost someone very special who was much too young to go. And I'd like to tell you about him if you don't mind. As Kimmel recalled his lifelong friendship with Espedo, photos of their childhood in Las Vegas appeared on screen. Espedo's father, who is in Kimball's band, and mother were in attendance Tuesday night. They were visibly moved by the tribute. There was a boy who lived on my block. He lived across the street and 2 houses over. He was a little over a year older than me. His name was Cleo, but we always called him Junior, Kimball explained. Eventually, we met, became friends, not just regular friends. We became 24/7. Mom, please let me sleep over, please, kind of friends. One summer, I slept over at the Espedo house 33 nights in a row. My mother used to make me get down on my knees in bed to sleep at his house in front of him. And I would gladly do it because we were never bored. We were always up to something. Kimmel remembered his lifelong companion through stories of childhood mischief before explaining how he brought Espedo on to Jimmy Kimmel Live. Kimmel said Espedo was his first choice to lead his band after landing the show in 2003, although he admitted his pitch of my best friend from growing up plays saxophone, he could lead the band. Didn't sound too good. Despite his reservation, Espedo and his dad nailed the audition. They played Pick Up the Pieces by the Average White Band. Kimmel remembered Lloyd saw it. He saw the father and son. He said, I love it. He got up and left, and we've been working together every day almost 23 years. Kimmel later added, everyone here at the show, we are devastated by this. It's just not fair. He was the nicest, most humble, kind, and always friendly person. Kimmel concluded his monologue by thanking the audience. He also know that Jimmy Kimmel Live would take the next couple of nights off in the wake of Espedo's death. Kimmel had to abruptly cancel Thursday's episode or to tend to Espedo as the musician's condition took a turn for the worse. The host shared the news of Espedo's death on Instagram, writing to say that we are heartbroken is an understatement. Cleto and I have been inseparable since I was 9 years old. The fact that we got to work together every day is a dream neither of us could have ever imagined would come true. Cherish your friends. Please keep Cleto's wife, children, and parents in your prayers. This week's Jimmy Kimmel Live episodes have been touted as 80s themed. Tuesday episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live included Eddie Murphy, Mark Fairchild, and musical guest Men at Work. Perhaps this isn't the first time Kimmel has taken a personal day. Perhaps most notably, he took time off as his young son Billy underwent treatment for a heart defect, which required multiple surgeries. Billy is now said to be doing well and fully recovered. Kimmel is known for his close loyalty to friends and family, many of whom he employs on the show. And given that the situation involved one of his best friends, it was no surprise that he put them first and opted to pause Thursday's show. Very, very sad indeed. You know, like I said before, when you're in the world of media, you're doing, whether you're doing late night, daytime, a drama like Beyond the Gates daytime or late or prime time drama, what have you, you spend more time with the staff and crew than you do your own family. And so to be connected with somebody since 9 years old and to lose them like that, what a sad, devastating way, just all the way around. And like I said, I had a moment today at my job and was very upset, very angry, just very like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But you know what? Also, too, here's the thing that you have to remember. Sometimes in life, how somebody responds to you usually has nothing to do with you. That might be something going on with them. And so never let someone else's movement dictate your movement. And I was upset for a good minute. I called the mom, talked to her, and then I thought about Jimmy Kimmel and who he lost. And so there are plenty of people that are going through way worse. But also, too, what it went to show me, too, was make sure that you still treat people with kindness. Don't let one moment dictate your movement, because if you do that, you are also blocking the potential blessings that God has for you. Amen. So with that being said, I'm going to turn off my camera now because we've done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. Like I said, very, very sad with Jimmy Kimmel, and just want to send light, love, and prayers to him and his family. Yeah. Yeah. Just very, very sad. Indeed. So just want to shine a light, give some heart, and give some soul to Jimmy Kimmel here. So we're going to take a little bit of a commercial break. And we'll be back with more Brenay's Virtual Tour Live right after this. We are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. Roll it, everybody.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Pray lonely, got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Pray lonely's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Pray lonely's got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum. Echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear. The pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braylon Lee got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylon Lee's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand, and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power, to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be. Braylon Lee, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth, we're free. Trust and believe it's entertainment, news done away with. Braylon Lee, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not been seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mirar's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician, general, author, ruler, man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brayley's virtual tour live. Y'all, that is it for me. Just wanted to come on and give you guys a good show. And honestly, I needed today's show after what happened. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be all right. And God is on the throne. And there is more blessings to come. You know what I mean? Sometimes God protects you from what you want. and God will bring you what you deserve and what you need. Amen, somebody. Amen. So with that being said, let's make it do what it do, everybody. It's time for Dave Mover. In great attempts, it is glorious to even fail. Cassius Lingus. Yes, indeed. It's time for Dave Mover for Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. Live all the way. Immerse yourself to the fullest extent possible in every meaningful aspect of life. You deserve no less. Forge across the vast gulf between conceptual and actual. Envision, then go all the way to where your vision leads. Put your values into practice, rather. Put your hopes and dreams and goals into action. Generously give your time and physical presence to the people with whom you're connected. Dedicate your sustained focus and effort to the pursuits that compel you. Whatever form of richness you seek to experience, your total commitment is what brings it to being. By giving all you have, you become all you can be. Live all the way, all the time. Your life is far too precious and significant to hold anything back. Ralph Morrison. Can I get a witness from the congregation? Live all the way. You know, sometimes in life, when you are trying your very best to do the best you can, sometimes you feel like you're failing. You really do, because you're like, damn, I'm being kind to people. I'm not doing anything too damn wrong. It's like, what the actual hell is going on? There's got to be something more to this thing, right? And I will say this to you. When you allow your mind to be defeated, you will never conquer anything. When you allow your mind to be defeated, you will never conquer anything. When you allow your mind to be defeated, you will never conquer anything. So the first thing I will tell you, right, about live all the way is live all the way for all the joy. I know there's a lot of pain, strife, and turmoil, but if you live in that, that is all you will consume. That's the first thing I'll tell you. The second thing is generously give your time and physical presence to people who you are connected. Here's the thing. Not everybody deserves your time and your physical presence. Not everybody. It is okay to have standards and requirements where you can be in your peace and not be in pieces. And if that's not negotiable for somebody, they weren't supposed to be there in the first place. Right? That's the second thing I'll tell you. And then finally, the third thing I'll tell you is your life is far too precious and significant to hold anything back. What do I always tell y'all? Everybody gets rejected, but eventually everybody gets accepted. Where you get rejected from is where you want to be. Where you get accepted to is where you need to be. Where you get rejected from is where you want to be. Where you get accepted to is where you need to be. Where you get rejected from is where you want to be. Where you get accepted to is where you need to be. And that goes for everything in life. That goes for the wife you want, the husband you want, the career you want, the friends you want, you know, your family. You're not going to be accepted by everybody. And that's okay. Because, child, guess what? If everybody accepted everybody, my Lord Jesus, the more you accept everybody, the bigger chance you have to get hurt. People don't have their circle small because they are not open. They have their circle small to protect themselves. So with that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say one more special, because you are always one of us, and trust you may not be where you want to be, but you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Wise one thing to call yourself is nothing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, we'll be great together. And always remember, we're doing radio, television, Clubhouse, living your best life, or just allowing yourself to know that at the beginning, middle, end of the day, life is, I put this because I've given so many metaphors before. Life is like food. When it's good, you don't have to season it. The more you season it, maybe that means you should not eat it. Anyway, one love, much love, all love. I feel the love. And I'll send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal, and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken-ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child, Brandon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Brandon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Brandon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.